Harris will be getting together to make sure about the second half. And Thomasdale will receive the kick, and Hopewell will be kicking off. So the Blue Devils up 14-0. And it's that second half will be beginning. So Thomasdale, as you hear somebody shouting out real loud there, very exuberant apparently somebody down there. But
for Hopewell, they're going to have to stick with this ground game. They've established a good ground game. I'd keep it on the ground. Going to the air has only proved troublesome for both teams so far. And if Hopewell can continue to pound that ball up the middle with Christian and occasionally work it outside the car, they should win this ball game.
We'll see how the second half comes out. The Thomasdale defense, by the way, has not given up a single point in the third quarter. They are they've scored 46 points and not given up any to their opposition so far this season. And so the Blue Devils have only given up 8 points themselves in the third quarter. So both teams have been very stingy in this third quarter, and we'll see how it turns out. Robert Scott will be kicking off as the Blue Devils will be going from right to left in your radio dial. Bob McBride along with John Pope. Terry Sosiski has the weekend off, you might say, as the Blue Devils and the Knights go at each other. He'll be back with us next week when the Blue Devils entertain the Prince George Royals. So we're about set for the second half of play. The Blue Devils lead 14-0. Thomasdale undefeated in the Central District. They need a win tonight to keep alive their title hopes. Of course, they've got to play Colonial Heights next week at Colonial Heights in what could be shaping up as a very, very big ball game.
And Bob, the Thomasdale players on the bench, on the sidelines, are pointing towards their goal. They want to take that ball and run it right back.
And here's Scott approaching the ball, and here we go, the second half. A long, high boot. Coming down with it is Bunker at the 5. He's at the 10. He's at the 15. Gets up to the 20 and almost tackled and brought down to the 20. Almost a face mask, actually, as Thomasdale will take over on their own 20.
Looks like Alvin Flowers got there first with a little bit of help from Larry Allen. Flowers may have come close to a face mask there.
I think he came very close to one there, but nevertheless, it will be 1st and 10 for Thomasdale as they start the second half of play. Jim Pulling at quarterback. And we'll see who's joining him in the backfield. Handoff is to Harris. Harris does not get very much. In fact, he may have lost a couple of yards. Back to about the 21-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. I think he may have lost about a yard or so. That's where they're going to mark it, about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Back will be about second down, 11 or 12 for the Thomasdale Knights. So good play by the defense that time. Ball's marked at about the 21-yard line. Second down and about 11 for Thomasdale now. Back at their own 21. Pulling comes to the near side, trying to pass. He's going to be wrestled down by Dana Wilson. Wilson flung him to the turf, and a big sack for Dana Wilson. The first time tonight they have gotten to the quarterback, and Pulling is brought down at about the 10-yard line.
Pulling rolled to his right, looking to pass, and Dana Wilson came from the left end spot and sacked him. A nice sack, kind of slung him around and then put him on the ground. So Hopewell with the early momentum here in the second half.
Would you say Pulling was pulled down to the ground? I'll wait to say that all night long. Nevertheless, third down and long for Thomasdale back in their own 10. Pulling on the option, handed up the middle, and we got a loose ball. Blue Devils say they have it, and they do. Blue Devils recover a fumble inside the 10-yard line. Let's see who the last man to get up is. I believe it was Robert Scott. Let me check. Yep, Robert Scott, I believe, was the man who came up with the football. And the Blue Devils have excellent field position. Couldn't get any better than this, about the 10-yard line.
Well, that could be a backbreaker for Thomasdale. If Hopewell can punch it in here, Thomasdale will have a long hill to climb if they want to get back in this ball game.
Randy Walker making his first start since the Hermitage game. He got hurt during the second week of practice. And now hands off to Derek Carr to the real side. He's going to go in for a touchdown. Derek Carr scored touchdown number 7 on the season, and the Blue Devils go up 20-0 over Thomasdale.
Pretty play there. A little misdirection. A fake to Christian off the left side. And then Carr took the ball, juked to his right. He got good blocking from Robert Scott and Kevin Elliott over there on the right side and took that in for the touchdown.
And that makes it 20-0 in favor of Hopewell. The Blue Devils running all over Thomas Dale, and the Blue Devils having a chance to put some more points on the board here with this extra point. Let's try. They're going to go for 2 points instead.
Out of the power I.
Walker at quarterback. Walker hands off to Christian, or is that Stefan Jameson, but he is short of the goal line, and so the 2-point try fails. But the Blue Devils nevertheless came up with the 6 points right before that, and right now we have a timeout on the field. 9:47 to go in the third quarter, and the Blue Devils have upped their advantage to 20-0 over the Knights of Thomas Dale, and we'll be back with the kickoff right after we take this 30-second timeout. 47 to go in the third quarter, and the Blue Devils up 20-0 as they miss the 2-point try, and Scott will kick off for the Blue Devils. Bunker is back for Thomas Dale along with Anthony Harris, and the ball is kicked well long. Harris will grab it at about the 3, at the 5 to 10, the 15, the 20, 25. He's brought down at about the 23, 26-yard line, they're going to say now.
Oh my, Alvin Flowers really put it on him. A couple of Hopewell players stood the returner up, and Alvin Flowers came in there and shellacked him.
Second time tonight we've mentioned Alvin Flowers on a tackle on the special teams, I think. And the Blue Devils playing maybe their best game since that Petersburg game a few weeks ago.
They look tough. They look tough to beat.
And the Blue Devils having some tough games the last couple of weeks, but now they're trying to get it back together here for this home stretch. Thomas Dale with the ball now. Pulling will hand off to, I believe that is Dent, or rather maybe Henderson. Let's check the number. It is James Dent with the ball. Went off to the left side and gained maybe a couple of yards. And looks like they're going to mark it maybe just about a yard gain that time. It'll be 2nd down and 9 as we have...
There, a little fake to Harris up the middle, and they tried to run off left tackle. No go, however. Hopewell defense is fired up.
And it's 2nd down and 9 as we have 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter, I should say. Pulling behind center for Thomas Dale in their maroon and silver uniforms. Pulling rolls out. Throws to the near side, and it is caught by a Thomas Dale player. Let's check that number. I believe that's John Allen out there, maybe either Allen or Dent. Both of them came out of there.
I couldn't tell who that was. It's hard to see Thomas Dale's numbers. They've got the burgundy shirts with the gray numbers, and it's really hard to spot who's who.
And there's going to be an official timeout here in just a moment. They're going to check whether they got the first down or not. They're not sure whether they got it or not. The chains are on the far side of the field. And they're going to have to bring them over here and see whether that was indeed a first down or not. Can't see really where the ball was marked.
Going to measure, that was Pulling's first completion of the game. Prior to that, he had gone 0 for 6.
Wow, it's amazing. He's had a good season. Looks like it's going to be a little bit shy of a first down at about the 31-yard line.
Pulling has had a good season, 15 for 34, 526 yards and 3 touchdown passes. That's almost 50% passing, but you've got to feel for both quarterbacks because you know those conditions are really sloppy and it's going to be hard to hold on to the ball all night long.
3rd down and about a yard to go for Thomas Dale at their own 30-yard line. See whether they maybe speak it or maybe what they'll give to one of the backs. 8:35 to go in the third quarter. Pulling, hands up the middle, and it's a first down as that is Henderson moves down to the 40-yard line.
And that Henderson's a tough ball player. Came right up the middle, broke a tackle by number 12.
Daryl Sober.
Daryl Sober. And I think that Dale should be going to him all night. He's been their most successful runner so far, and these are his kind of conditions. It's going to eat up a little bit more time to get back in this game on the ground, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it through the air.
1st and 10 for Thomas Dale on their own 40-yard line as we approach the 8-minute mark left here in the third quarter. Blue Devils up by 20, though. Here's Jim Pulling back to throw. A little screen pass out to Dent. Dent is wrapped up after about a yard gain on that play. See, I think, is that Chris Pitt out there? Yes, and who made the initiative? It looks like that's coming up as Dana Wilson again. And that'll be maybe about a yard gain on that pass.
Pitt and Wilson are right there in the right flat. I guess if you're going to throw the ball, that's about the only kind of pass you can expect to complete with these conditions. However, Hopewell on defense has been tenacious so far.
Second down and 9 after that play, as we're down to about 7.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And the Hopewell Blue Devils with a 20-0 lead over Thomas Dale. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. A little bit of shifting along the line. We got flags. Hopewell player moved offside. Was he drawn offside? That's what the officials are going to have to decide right now. And I think it's going to go against Thomas Dale the way the Hopewell Blue Devils are clapping and the way the Thomas Dale Knights are moving back about 5 yards. That'll make it about...
The tight end, 82, David Barlow, might have jumped the gun there for the Knights.
Second down and about 14 is what that will make it now. So the clock stops on that penalty. 7:22 to go in the third quarter. Blue Devils maybe exacting a little bit of revenge maybe from last year's game. The Blue Devils losing here last year in the third game of the year for both teams, 23-15.
There's a passing situation. I look for a draw to Dent.
Second and 14. Dent goes out in a slot position on the left side. Henderson the lone back. Henderson gets the ball, gets up to about the 37-yard line. Gain of maybe 1 or 2 yards. That will bring up third and long for Thomas Dale.
Harris on the carry there. Now they bring Henderson back in. I think I'd have him in every play if I was Thomas Dale.
He is a very dangerous runner. Has scored a couple of touchdowns on one on a kick return, one on a punt return.
A big bruising back, a 6'2", 226, only a junior. So he's got another year of play in the Central District here.
And now we got a timeout for Thomas Dale, and we're going to take a timeout as well. And with 6:29 to go in the third quarter, the score Hopewell 20 and Thomas Dale nothing. We'll be back to Thomas Dale after we take this 30-second timeout. Points in 7 games, that's about 15 a game. Right now they're well below that average. Pulling straight back to throw. Looking. Throws down the middle. Down the line. Anderson is there, but Carr is there for the interception for Hopewell. At the 31-yard line, Derek Carr, his second interception of the year, coming up with the INT, and the Blue Devils take over on their own 31. But you know what? That may have been also almost like a punt for Thomas Dale, the way the ball was thrown, but nevertheless, the ball is turned over. Henderson had to step on his man, but looked like he was also double-teamed by Carr and somebody else as well.
He had both those defenders beat, however. You got a feel for pulling, though. He's having a tough time out there. I don't know if I'd call on my quarterback to throw this much in a wet game. I know I'm harping on that subject, but it's evident that Thomas Dale has only had success on the ground.
And we're going to take a timeout here as Hopewell takes a timeout as well. And so, welcome back to Thomas Dale High School. Walker hands the ball off to, I believe that's Derek Carr, and he got absolutely stuffed at the line of scrimmage that time by several players from Thomas Dale. Did not pick up a thing that time. Maybe about a half a yard. Well, I guess they're going to mark him about a yard. So it's be second down and 9 for the Hopewell Blue Devils at their own 32-yard line.
Chris Christian is absent from the Hopewell lineup. I might have reported wrong when I said Christian was on the misdirection on Carr's touchdown. That might have been 24 instead of 44. Russell Pettaway is in fullback now for Hopewell.
Handoff is to Carr. And no, it was Walker keeping the ball, and he's sacked back at the 29-yard line by several players for Thomas Dale, including Mitchell Shelton, I believe, was in there, as well as, I believe, David Barlow, number 82, and a couple of others as well. So that's a loss on the play back to the 29-yard line. Wow.
Looks like it might have been a busted play. I think that possibly Walker did a good job not to hand that ball off and just eat it.
Third down and 13 now for Hopewell. Let's see whether they'll pass in this situation or not. Carr and Christian are split in the backfield. Pitt is the tight end on the near side. Walker fumbles the snap, and there's a loose ball recovered by the Blue Devils, but for a loss back to about the 26-yard line. And that'll bring up fourth down and long, and the Blue Devils will have to punt.
Well, Walker did a good job to get the ball back there. Thomas Dale would have had excellent field position had they recovered. And I am right. That is Pettaway in the backfield instead of Christian. I wonder if he's hurt.
Brilliant. High snap. Carr gets it down. Finally gets it off. Good play by Carr to get the ball away. Ball rolls down and is down right out in midfield by the Blue Devils, but Carr took a high snap, came down with it much like he did in that Hermitage game at the opening game of the year, and made a good punt just to get it away at the midfield, is where Thomas Dale will take over now with 4:08 to go here in the third quarter.
Good effort by Carr, only a 20-yard kick, but you look at what might have happened, and you've got to come away saying thanks for that if you're Hopewell.
And now pulling will be the quarterback now for Thomas Dale. He's set to throw at the play action. He's knocked down, and the pass is knocked down as well by Dana Wilson again. Wow.
Wilson having a whale of a ball game out there on the left end. He was all over that pass. Pulling didn't have a chance.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Thomas Dale, just on the Hopewell side of the 50-yard line. So they're just in Hopewell territory right now, as we have 3:47 to go in the third quarter. Pulling looks like a blitz, and Pulling gets the ball off, but it is almost intercepted, as Chris Pitt was in there and almost making the interception for the Blue Devils was number 60. Let's check that number. I believe that is, and it is Kevin Ortiz. Almost made the interception from his linebacking position. So that brings it now 3rd down and 10 for Thomas Dale.
Excuse me, Bob. Pitt came on the blitz there from the left linebacker spot and got up there and got a little piece of it.
3rd and 10 for Thomas Dale. Just about at midfield. Pitt pitches out to Harris. Harris going to be brought down. No, he's not. He gets away. Finally tries to get away and finally brought down at the 49 of Thomas Dale, about a yard or two. So that play went nowhere for Thomas Dale, and the Hopewell defense comes in and does another good job holding down Thomas Dale, and the Knights are going to have to punt again.
Well, Coach Vic Williams, I think he's gotten away from his game plan here. He's down 20-0, and he's gone to the passing game completely, and then when he did run, he goes for the quick pitch outside.
Mullins gets the punt off after a low snap. Coming down with it as Larry Allen on the far sideline. Allen gets some running room at the 35, and just about there is where he goes down at the 35-yard line. So he picked up about 10 yards on that punt return as he got it up at his own 25-yard line. So we have 2:58 to go here in the third quarter. The Blue Devils with a 20-0 lead, seemingly in control of this ball game, but football can turn around in such a hurry. But right now, you got to figure Hopewell is in command at this point in time. Again,
sure do, and they can put it away with the long drive here.
Walker is at quarterback. Larry Allen's the man in motion. Pitch out to Carr on the near side. Carr dances around a man, tries to go outside, picks about 2 or 3 yards before he's brought out of bounds by Anthony Harris for Thomas Dale.
The little pitch plays worked well all night. Carr took the ball to his left side there and picked up a nice block from Mike Foster out there at the left tackle spot.
And that'll be a gain of about 4 yards is what they're going to call it at the 39-yard line. And it will be a 2nd down and 6 for the Hopewell Blue Devils. Carr should be getting close to 100 yards by now if he hasn't already. See if we can get some confirmation on that soon. We have 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Larry Allen again in motion. Handoff in the middle to Preston, who has stopped at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a loss of a yard or so. I don't know who met him right there, but boy, a Thomas Dale defender came roaring in there and made the hit. I believe that was Shelton, 56, I believe.
That was a nice hit. It's good to see Christian back in there, though, and he looked pretty ticked when he got up after that hit. He might break one here if they give him the ball again.
Yeah, he might say, give me the ball one more time. I think I can do something with it, especially if I get a chance to run over Mr. number 56 again, but that may be a tough task. 3rd down and long, and make it about 7 for Hopewell right now. We're under 2 minutes in the third quarter. Blue Devils go up or ahead, 20-0. Walker, straight back to throw. Screen pass out to Pitt. Pitt avoids a man. He gets up to the 40. He gets up to the 44-yard line, but he's going to be shy by about a yard of the 1st down. So nice intentions that time by Pitt, but he couldn't quite come up with the 1st down as we marked a couple of yards shy at the 43-yard line. And once again, the Blue Devils are forced to punt.
Good quick screen out there and a nice block by 72, Kevin Dale. for the Blue Devils.
And Carr is back to punt again from his own 31-yard line. Gets a good snap and gets the ball away. Boy, he's done a fine job of kicking. This one's coming down about the 25-yard line. This is Harris. Harris goes to the outside. He may have some running room. And he's finally brought down at the 40-yard line. Make it just shy of the 40, about the 39-yard line. See a Hopewell Blue Devil player down on the far side. I think he just got right back up, so he's all right.
He's up now. That was 50. James O'Brien, he was down there for the tackle. Harris caught the ball nicely, made a couple of jukes in the middle of the field, and then ran left and picked up about 13 yards on that return.
We're down to 55 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Thomasdale down to 20-0. And pulling with the football, hands off to Henderson. Henderson down the far sideline, drags a couple of Hopewell players out of bounds, past the 45 to about, looks like they're going to mark it right at the 45-yard line. And so that will bring a second, that's a gain of about, what, 6 or 7 yards, it looks like. It'll be about second down and 4, and maybe one more play. Well, I guess that ball, the clock is stopped because the play did go out of bounds with 36 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Nice little misdirection play there, crisscross. Henderson 6 yards over there on the left side.
Ball marked at the Thomasdale 46, second down and 3. Pulling straight back to throw on second and 3. You're going to go long. Has man out there, Allen, and it's knocked away by Russell Pettaway. Pettaway and John Allen were down there. Pettaway got a hand on it and deflected the ball away. Good play by Russell that time at the 25-yard line. And that will bring up third down at about 4 yards to go with now 28 seconds to go in the third quarter.
That ball was underthrown, and Allen came back and actually played defense on that. Changed roles. He was out there. He was open for the pass, actually, with the ball underthrown. He had to deflect it away from Pettaway to avoid the interception.
Third down and 4. Russell Pettaway has an interception already tonight, as does Derek Carr. Pulling straight back to throw, rolls out the near side. Ball is incomplete, just out of the reach of the intended receiver. In fact, it was a little bit behind him that time, William Henderson. And as soon as the ball touched his arm, he got hit right there, I think either by Silver or Wilson. But that'll bring up fourth down. And the third quarter continues with 23 seconds to go now, and Thomasdale back to punt. Well, let's see whether they will or not.
Go for it here, and they really have to. I'd try to stick it straight up the middle. That's the only place Thomasdale's had any success tonight. And that's the only way they're going to get back in this ball game, if they establish some kind of ground game.
And Carr was back to receive a punt. That's not going to come as a handoff is stopped by the Hopewell defense. I believe that was Henderson, and he has stopped a couple of yards shy of the first down at the 46-yard line of Thomasdale. And the Hopewell defense comes through again.
Hopewell defense is all over that play. Harris off a misdirection to Henderson. They faked to Henderson and then went to Harris. And Hopewell was all over that thing. Thomasdale took my advice and went up the middle, but it didn't work. Hopewell was ready for him.
And there may not be another play in this third quarter as the clock's running down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the third quarter of play, and it's been all Hopewell so far. The fourth quarter is coming up. The score at the end of 3, Hopewell 20 and Thomasdale nothing. And we're coming back to Thomasdale High School after we take this 60-second timeout.
26:02.